Ramon, 我们在旧金山的唐人节
Yeah, I know. It's awesome. It's awesome. Just awesome. Inspiring.
非常好玩。
Yeah. No, I mean, I think when you see the red little lanterns, it's even more impressive. I agree. Yep.
可
Yeah.
以喝珍珠奶茶，逛逛街，买东西。
No, I never thought of it that way. No, I always think it's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Ramon, 你听懂吗？
Yeah. No. Do you think so? Yeah. What? You're not even speaking English. What? Where are you going? I don't understand what you're saying. Does anybody here speak English? I mean. Welcome to the Ignition Show, a show by Infusionsoft where we answer one question for one small business owner to help you grow your business. And today we're hosted in the awesome Wix Lounge. So, my name is Ramon Ray.
And I am Ellis Friedman.
And Ellis, please tell us, how can people contact the Ignition Show?
They can email us at blog@infusionsoft.com.
Awesome. So Ellis, tell us, what is our question of the day?
Our question of the day is from Rob. Our web development business has really taken off. And now that there are 6 people here with more to come soon, our branding is feeling both out of date and too small for where we're going. Do we need to update our brand? And if so, how can we redefine and refine our brand story and overall branding without spending way more than we can afford?
Wow, Ellis, that is a very, very big question.
It is a big question.
Thankfully, we don't have to tackle that question today. We have with us today our special guest, the Director of Strategic Marketing Communications for Wix.
Eric Mason.
Yes, that would be good to say who he is. Eric Mason. Eric, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, you two. Great to be here.
Thanks so much for being here. Where would you
Thank
start
you.
with Rob's question?
Well, first of all, I think the first place I'd start is to say congratulations to Rob. I mean, congratulations on growing a business. He's obviously doing something right, I think, as businesses. We too often don't pat ourselves on the back when we've got that kind of growth. So that's awesome.
Yes.
That's the first thing I'd say. The second thing I'd say is that most people really don't understand what brand is. They think that brand is your logo or your website or maybe that fancy brochure that you put together. And I would ask Rob to take a step back and actually think about his brand instead as how your company makes people feel, how it makes people resonate when they think of you. So I've got 3 things that I think that I'd suggest that they do to rebrand themselves or to build their brand and deepen their brand engagement with their users.
Great. Let's hear the first one.
Great. So the first one is I think that I'd take a look to my right and my left to those 5 new employees that you've got. Your employees are your #1 brand advocates. If you're building a brand, your best sellers, marketers, people that can go out and spread the news are sitting right in your own office. So everything from how you're doing billing to how you're greeting new clients to the follow-up you're doing, those people around you are critical in building your brand and really deepening the engagement that you have with your users.
Then what's 2 and 3? Number 1, employees as brand ambassadors.
Okay.
What's 2 and 3?
Number 2 is another circle out from that. He went to his employees. Now he should go to his existing users. They're the second level of building a great brand. So finding out where those users live and what they're doing and engaging with them. Maybe it's putting together an email and making sure that you've got a nice email newsletter going out so that you're building that brand relationship with your users. Like I said, it's not just about your website. It's about building that thing with loyal users first and then spreading out from there. But those people can be an amazing, amazing tool. I'll give you a couple quick statistics. 92% of people trust earned media or something that's said from someone else more than any other type of advertising. Over 80% of people, these are Nielsen numbers, more than 80% of people actually decide on what they're going to do with their dollars based on what someone says on social media. So these are really powerful data points that really speak to the fact that if you're going to build your brand and support your customers, build that relationship with your existing user base, doesn't cost you a penny. Once you've done those things, once you've concentrated on employees and customers, I would say the third thing is then you start to look at your visual identity, start to look at your brand identity, either online or offline, depending on where you're doing it. Maybe it's time for a website refresh. But I would say that I'm going to say something a little bit contrary, is that great brands focus. Great brands have a laser focus on what they're doing. So I'm imagining that when Rob started this business, he probably had all this energy. He had all this stuff happening. He wanted to put all the features that he had. He wanted to put all the design tools and skills that he had, and he probably slapped them right onto his homepage. Now it's time to rebrand. And when you rebrand, you want to focus that message. And it's time to start thinking about how people feel when they come to you. So maybe it's time to throw those features back to the second page. Maybe it's time to take a case study and to put that onto your home page. Get more visual, but focus down. It's not about completely redesigning your website. I think it's actually a bad idea. What I would do first is start to test your website and by honing your messages and really streamlining your messages. Maybe you're on 5 social channels and only one of them's working. I dump my energy into the one that's working and expand that one. Once you've got some clients and you've got some users, you can start to tell amazing case studies. You can start telling the stories of why people came to you, not just what they needed to get done. Oh, I needed to have a brochure, I needed a website designed. But now you can start telling what it was about that experience that was so impactful for them. And that's your brand. This is what's happening in the offline world. It's what you want to portray in the online world. And frequently what that takes for a website is focusing and streamlining and being brief and concise. Lots of images and sort of basic things about that, but it's really focusing. But again, just remember that when you're going to rebrand, if you're going to build your brand, it's about thinking about every touch point with the potential customer, whether they're walking in the front door and just getting greeted, or whether they're coming to your website and filling out a contact form. It's how a customer is engaging with your whatever that is your brand. And people often misunderstand that. They think, well, I need a new brand, so I got to get a new logo. I'm like, well, actually, that's not it. Your brand is something much deeper.
Excellent. Eric, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. I hope it was helpful.
Very helpful.
Very helpful.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching The Ignition Show. Again, where we answer one question from one small business owner to help you grow your business. So Ellis, tell people again, how can they reach The Ignition Show?
You can email us at blog@infusionsoft.com.
Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ramon Ray.